Of course, it's a live program, so sometimes things like this do happen. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the conversation here on Lagos Television. It's the Tuesday edition. I am Abimbola Bello.
And I am Ajibola Joshua. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo.
I am Joy Olu. Welcome to the conversation.
All right. We do this Mondays through Friday. And, of course, what are we talking about today? So many things. A lot of Nigerians are still on the hashtag End Bad Governance issue, whether or not it will hold, even as much as government is trying all it can to ensure that it's either the protest does not hold or it holds peacefully.
We hope it will be peaceful in the interest of everybody. And like you rightly said, government is trying all effort to ensure that certain things are put in place to at least prevent those people, those planners rather, of the protest not to embark on that protest again. Today is 30th, and we only have tomorrow.
One more day to go.
One more day to go.
One more day to go. All right, but of course, anything can still happen within that day. Let's see how this pans out. However, it will go. Let's take our news point.
So we talk about the
what? I have kept quiet.
Okay, is it deliberately?
No, I don't know what you want to
about what happened at FC here in Lagos yesterday.
So, you know, so many things happening now, and the question a lot of people are asking is this if there was a protest? Is this how we will go
about it?
Yes. So yesterday, for those who heard that story at the Federal Technical College, Akoka, where students were protesting for sometimes when students do certain things, you wonder what is going on. And I saw the destruction. I saw cars being destroyed. And I'm like, okay, how does this solve
The problem.
The same thing happened in several offices of one of the telecom companies, and today they had to shut doors. They said, we're not opening any of our offices today. And you would wonder that, I mean, what's going on? Is it hunger or anger?
Both. Hunger plus anger.
And so at the end of the day, how does that solve the problem?
I had, according to reports, the one in FC, is it FCE in Akoka, they said some members of staff and students have been nursing some kind of grievance against the provost. It's been about 3 months they've been on this issue, and I think the Ministry of Education sent a delegation from Abuja to wade into this issues. Yes, and then when they got there yesterday, they attacked these people.
Delegates.
After they had locked the provost out of his office for over 3 months.
Oh, wow. So if students and teachers could connive, so who will now, where will the sense of reasoning go? You know, because I don't really understand. I don't get it. So even if you wanted your provost to leave, must it be violent?
Even the Honorable Minister of Education had intervened, telling them that the man cannot go now. His tenure of office had been renewed. And yet, I think the students as well as members of staff of that college, they are tired of the provost, but that is not the right channel for you to vent your anger.
We keep saying dialogue. Will this make the man go? Obviously not.
They have arrested 35 of them this morning.
So they will go and cool off.
Yes, for a while.
Yeah.
And you pointed at something very, very germane at the beginning of your conversation this morning. We have not started the protest.
And
these are happening.
So when the protest starts, what's going to happen?
First act too. Or should stay too. Something happened like that happened yesterday too at one of the telecoms
So this
office.
is why government will also, just say that, you see, it has not happened and things like this are already going on in their own little ways. And you know how we can just wait. Oshifora said yesterday that all you just need is somebody to just give a snap. And then before you know what is going on. People that don't even understand English, or they will just say, Shoya, Egbe. And then we just go on.
But I just hope that people have started putting measures in place just in case the protest is going to take place on on Thursday. Like the gate of my estate now is permanently shut.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are saying that if that protest holds, they will not even venture out of their rooms.
And not people like us.
No, essential duty is different.
We were here.
Essential duty is different.
And if anybody stays in Ogun State, you sleep at work.
So
You will
talk
drive
to
your
me.
husband's car.
If you want to talk to me, talk to me.
Talk to me directly. Mention my name.
Okay, let's take our news points for today. Where do we begin from? Should we take it from the minimum wage?
Okay, so part of the measures being put in place by the federal government to at least appeal to those that are planning to go on strike is the signing of the new national minimum wage into law by Mr. President yesterday. President Bola Tinubu yesterday signed the new Minimum Wage Act into law. Tinubu signed a new law at 2 p.m. at the council chamber of the presidential villa. The brief ceremony was witnessed by the Senate President, Speaker House of Reps, and of course the Chief of Staff to Mr. President. And it's coming nearly 2 weeks after President Bola Tinubu and the organized labor unions comprising of the Nigerian Labour Congress, TUC, and of course the organized private sector agreed on 70,000 naira as the new national minimum wage. On July 18, the federal government, organized labor, and the private sector concluded months-long negotiations on the new minimum wage when Tinubu haggled down labor's 250,000 naira a month demand to 70,000 naira. Akpabio, who addressed the State House correspondent after the signing ceremony, said, "I'm ecstatic and I'm excited about the Nigerian worker and the national minimum wage amendment, which applies to the whole nation, the federal government, the states, the local government, the private sector, and even individual employers." So it is now the law. Implementation is all we are waiting for now.
Well, a law is a law, so that's now that the law is in existence. I hope the governors will follow suit. The governors will now agree, to pay the minimum wage. When they will start paying at the state level, I still do not know. I think we need to ask you. You are
the former minimum wage
JNC
expired
members.
in April.
Right. So
And when Labour was negotiating, they were hammering on the fact that no matter how much you delay the payment of the new
will take
national
effect
minimum
from
wage,
May.
you will pay arrears.
Okay.
So
So
May-
those of us in parastatal, uncle.
They always give bailouts from states. It will come.
Okay.
That is
Hey,
what they
I don't
normally
think
do.
they enjoy.
I love that assurance.
So let's go and start pricing land.
Pricing land and cars.
I mentioned it here last week. The in-house union, they already wrote the management.
Okay.
So engage Alausa to give us bailouts.
All right. So that's.
But just go and get your Ghana must go bags.
Hey,
care of
thank God his account straight. There's no need for Ghana must go back.
Joy, I'm envious of you. I swear.
Okay.
Because you get more.
All right, let's move on. The second story this morning, let's take that. I think it was good news yesterday when this, was handed down. Federal government okays sale of crude to Dangote, others in Naira. Of course, the Dangote refinery and other local refineries will henceforth pay Naira to access crude from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, following yesterday's directive by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The president's order followed an approval by the Federal Executive Council at its 9th meeting this year, where the executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, Zak Adedeji, told reporters at the State House. Beside the adoption of the Naira as currency trading for the local operators, the president also directed the NNPCL to immediately commence engagement with local refineries in Naira-denominated transactions.
It's a welcome development, and of course, looking at it from two angles, is going to help the local market now, and of course strengthen our Naira. You cannot be producing something locally and you'll be buying with dollars.
Right.
If we continue to buy in dollars, it will increase the volatility of Forex. And so it's a good step in the right direction for me.
All right, let's move on. Adebimpe, your story.
IGP directs DIGs, AIGs, CPs to safeguard protesters nationwide. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has directed senior police officers to protect participants in the #End Bad Governance protest scheduled for August 1 to 10. The directive was disclosed in a letter from the IGP following a request by human rights lawyer Olu Adegborua. On July 26, Senior Advocate of Nigeria Adegborua wrote to the IGP seeking police protection for the protesters. The IGP, and in response, the IGP instructed top personnel to proceed with the senior lawyer's request. The IGP also requested to have a meeting with Adegborua today in Abuja to deliberate further on this request. Welcome, another welcome development ahead of the August 1 strike.
Protest.
Protest. If the protesters know that they have security personnel around them, it will be hard for so-called hoodlums or thugs, to hijack the procession.
As much as security will be provided, I think it behoves on the protesters to also not poke security agencies. Don't aggravate them. Allow them to do their jobs within the confines of, because again, sometimes that is what often causes confrontation. When you poke them, when you say things at them, they're also part of the system. So let them do their job.
They're also human.
Do your own, and so that there are no confrontations.
True.
Joy?
Okay, NIN linkage. NCC orders SIM restoration as angry subscribers protest. The Nigerian Communications Commission on Monday directed telecommunications companies to immediately restore all the telephone lines of subscribers that were blocked after thousands of customers stormed the office of the firms in protest. It was on Sunday. Many subscribers found themselves unable to access their phone lines after failing to verify their NINs with SIMs, leading to their numbers being blocked in compliance with NIN SIM linkage regulations.
We talked about that earlier.
Sometimes Nigerians, I don't know how we do things. We wait
They've
until
reviewed
the
this
last
thing
minute
over and
before.
over again.
And when that happened, the NCC didn't have a choice than to ask the telecoms to unbar. But for me, I don't know. But then, why make a law when you will break it? I mean, you had given people ample time to do that. So at the end of the day, people will not have a backlash on NCC. It is the telecom operators they'll have a backlash on, and yet they're actually doing the bidding of the NCC. So what are we talking about? I don't know. Sometimes we are in Nigeria.
Exactly.
We take things for granted.
Too much. But I also hope that the telecoms will also use this opportunity to also clean and clear their own end. Because many people have also said they've linked their SIMs with their NINs, but yet the synergy is in there. So what went wrong? From what end did this go wrong? So they also need to look at that back end.
I think the timing of the barring was what actually triggered
Yes,
anger.
because some people were saying it was linked to the protest. They're trying to cut connections.
Nigeria, there will never be a good time.
Somebody asked the question that did they cut off lines in the north? Did you see people queuing?
Do they live there? Let's move to our hashtag for today. If you are on the X platform, formerly Twitter, so many things are trending today. But of course, one of the top trends today is hashtag Federal Government of Nigeria. And of course, the FGN is trending for many reasons. And one of the reasons why the FGN is trending is the sale of a bag of 50 kg rice at 40,000 naira. Please, do you know the location?
I was expecting the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation to at least give us some breakdown, to at least give some breakdown of the locations where Nigerians can actually purchase that 50 kg bag of rice. And the timing for me is a suspect because some people are already alleging that it's an audio rise. Why not then and not now?
Should we begin to ask the state governors? Because maybe the rice will be delivered to the states. Okay, all right. All right, you can go to the X platform and check out a couple of things that are trending there on that platform today. So those are our news point as well as our hashtag for today. We'll take a quick break. When the conversation returns this morning, we have an international guest here in Nigeria who will be on the conversation today. I'm sure you don't want to miss this conversation.